What is truth and what is fiction? Reality and unreality. What makes the world of Kingdom Hearts, a fantastical setting, real, and the world of Quadratum so inconceivable yet grounded in what we know to be real? What are the answers to these questions, and the real, or I should say unreal history behind Kingdom Hearts itself, and these worlds split between the borders of polar realities? The answer is surprisingly simple. So simple that it is truly real, yet inconceivable. Hey everyone, it's HMK. Kingdom Hearts aims to venture into drastically new territory and explore concepts both fresh and familiar. One concept that beckons the imagination of many is the idea of unreality, fiction, the world of Quadratum. While there are many questions surrounding this advent into the future, I've come up with this crazy theory, and I present to you the original fiction. Within the climax of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Dark Seeker saga, we are presented with the promise and oath to return to the beginning of Phase 2 of the series, the preliminary setup to the Lost Master arc. Within these specific tales of Kingdom Hearts 3, Remind, the finale of Union Cross, as well as Dark Road and Melody of Memory, we are introduced to the concept of unreality or fiction, the state of existence that is completely outside, yet on the other side of the reality we know of Kingdom Hearts, that is comprised of the realms of light, darkness, and between. Within this existence lies a world very much like that of modern-day Tokyo, known as Quadratum. It is here that Sora has become trapped since the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, where his friends seek to return him home, and the setting of something so imaginable, yet so unimaginable that it must be fiction. This comes from the ideology proposed by the likes of the Master of Masters, Xehanort, and Ansem the Wise, where in this world, light and darkness do not exist, and according to Strelitzia, who also may have been trapped here, states that this world is indeed full of life, despite being perceived as an afterworld for those like herself and Sora. This world acts as a supposed origin point for characters such as Yozora, his comrades, the original persona of Luxord, and the Nameless Star. It is revealed that not only has the Master of Masters, along with the Foretellers, found a way to cross over between this world and their own, but the Master relays to the darkness a tinge of covetousness, a desire for this world, or to be a part of it. So, with a world and reality like this being called fiction and unreality, supposedly due to existing under unfathomable rules, what makes this fiction and what makes reality true? Is it simply due to the nature of needing light and darkness? It goes a bit deeper than that. It is due to Kingdom Hearts, the entity in which all hearts and light itself originates from. According to Xehanort and other initial accounts, Kingdom Hearts is an unseen land which light descended upon the world that began in darkness. From that light came the people, and the people had hearts. The light acted as the foundation of the living world and helped shape the realms of existence. The light was so precious, wars were initiated to claim ownership over it. Wars that dated so far back they were prevalent within the childhood of the Master of Masters. But how does this apply to a world like Quadratum, where light and darkness are absent? That's because these events, this history, is the truth behind existence, and that Quadratum, the world of fiction, unreality itself, is the original fiction, and fiction begets truth. And that truth is that the Master of Masters, darkness, Kingdom Hearts itself, all originally came from Quadratum. But it may have not been named Quadratum at the time. Rather, all of this came from the realm we now know as Quadratum, the side of fiction, unreality. But it wasn't truly unreality back then. In this original fiction, years and eons ago, the Master of Masters lived in this existence before he was a master, like vague history and personality suggests. He was a researcher, a prodigy who at a frighteningly young age discovered that light came from Kingdom Hearts, and that was the backbone for all of existence, being the DNA, if you will, for all things that shape the concept of life. And with that concept came everything else: darkness, death, magic, the rules of reality, and of course, hearts. Along with discovering Kingdom Hearts, he also happened upon the Keyblade, the original key and counterpart to Kingdom Hearts itself, capable of grand feats and acted as the only thing that could lock and unlock the unseen land. From this original blade, the Keyblade, the master then innovated a way to forge other keys in its image. These are the Keyblades we know now and use today. By doing so, he was able to weaponize light itself. These discoveries led to the first instances of the ever-happening, ever-evolving Keyblade Wars, the wars that he stated have existed ever since his youth. This war, while not initially fought with Keyblades, was fought over the ownership of light that Kingdom Hearts provided nonetheless, and through this war, the darkness revealed themselves in forms not unlike that of humans that would eventually be shed in order to attack the heart rather than the body. The war got so out of hand, especially when weaponry like the Keyblade would eventually be introduced, so the Master of Masters elected to initiate a plan in which light could live in peace without darkness. This plan predated his current excursion, where he would attempt to unlock 7 of the 13 original true darknesses, the deadly darknesses, into hearts of himself and his followers in the time of Union Cross. Long before that, the Master would leave his original world behind, the world that we came to know as Quadratum, and by use of the Keyblade that is able to call upon Kingdom Hearts to where those who would wield the key forcefully take Kingdom Hearts with him to another reality, one outside the world that was already ravaged beyond repair. Leaving everything behind, he sought to create a new world, one without darkness, using the life and light of Kingdom Hearts. The void, in which the Master of Masters now existed with the Keyblade to pull Kingdom Hearts from his original existence, is what is described in the history of the world, where the world began in darkness. The void, and in that void, the Master of Masters used Kingdom Hearts to create a world he saw fit to be a realm full of light, a world complete and one, before it split into the familiar setting of the Dark Seeker Saga. But as the legend goes, when the people also came into existence, so did their hearts, and their hearts beckoned the darkness due to the evil that would grow in the hearts of many. This is where everything comes together. Kingdom Hearts itself, what it is, what it does, what it represents, is truth. The truth on how existence should uphold itself. The truth on how reality is shaped and how life is lived. And when you remove truth from something, what are you left with? Fiction. This is why Quadratum, Unreality, is known and described as fiction, as it lacks any aspect of truth, having the one thing that would make an existence true, Kingdom Hearts, taken away from it. Indeed, this entire concept is reflected in the notion of a heart of pretty much anything, the concept of nobodies, that when they come into existence, or not existence, they aren't truly considered real, or that they're even considered existing, but shunning and being shunned by light and darkness. This is part of the original fiction that is Quadratum. Without Kingdom Hearts, Quadratum is simply fiction, an unreality that is without, rather beyond that, of light and darkness, the components needed to sustain life and matter. Yet without these components, the world is full of life and exists on its own just fine. That's why it's so unfathomable to everyone part of the true universe, the reality of Kingdom Hearts that we have come to know. Without light and darkness, or even Kingdom Hearts, a world, no, an entire plane of existence shouldn't be able to sustain itself. A world like this is truly beyond comprehension, especially for someone like the Master of Masters, who left that reality behind in order to create a new one. This is where we get to his plan. The Master of Masters' goal is to eliminate the darkness completely and utterly, to have an existence where light would thrive and be left unchallenged to supposedly bring harmony to all of creation. His current plan involves luring and trapping the 7 deadly of the 13 true darknesses within himself and his 6 apprentices in order to give the darkness form and eliminate them. This was the true meaning behind the ancient Keyblade War of legend when the world was still one, as the emotions produced thanks to the war and the events leading up to it acted as the perfect nesting grounds to attract these specific darknesses and draw them out. With the advent of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, we now know that the initial step of this plan was indeed successful, and the 7 deadly darknesses now reside within the Lost Masters. But now we come back full circle to Quadratum. Its inconceivable existence proves to the Master of Masters that his vision is indeed possible, to a degree. But after seeing his original home, the abandoned Unreality is not only still in existence, but legitimately thriving on its own, something that he couldn't possibly dream to be true, thus fiction. This world, this reality, would act as the key needed to finally achieve his goal of ridding darkness from light itself. As if this world could sustain itself without darkness or light, then this would be the perfect ground to rid darkness forever and have light triumph at last. His goal is to re-establish Kingdom Hearts back to its origin point, to once again forsake a world, the world he built, and to take Kingdom Hearts back to Quadratum as alluded to in the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret movie. With bringing Kingdom Hearts to Quadratum and using its light to purge the true darknesses from the Lost Masters on a plane without light or darkness, then the Master would have finally won. There is only one huge problem. One would think that it would be simple to redo this supposed feat, as according to this theory, the Master of Masters would just need to bring Kingdom Hearts back to Quadratum under the same circumstances as he originally did when he took it out. However, it is not the same circumstance, as the Master took Kingdom Hearts from the original fiction to a void to create a new world on the other side of the coin. Now both sides of the coin exist, thriving with their own versions of life, their own versions of resistance. Reality wouldn't want to lose the entity that grants them light and life and where all hearts return. And Unreality wouldn't want an outside presence possibly bringing them war. And this would lead to the truth on why the Master of Masters and the Lost Masters would be positioned to be the enemy, although they are rooted in good and fight for the light. With the risk too high to possibly not only have one, but 2 universes made undone, Sora will indeed have his hands full when combating a threat far beyond that of everything he has witnessed so far. And this goes without considering that Quadratum, while without light or darkness, have their own strife in the form of karma, something that Yozora will have to answer for against the Master of Masters.